Hi children, today we are going to see non-finite verbs from the 5th unit. In the last class also you learned if clauses, conditional clauses, etc. Now you are going to see non-finite verbs. Only by name it is a verb, but actually it doesn't have the qualities of any verbs. Then why it is called as non-finite verbs? It is called as non-finite verbs because it is formed from verb. That is why it is called as verb. Actually it is used only in the phrases. Okay, let us see what is given here. Non-finite verb, also known as a verbal, is the term to describe a verb that does not show tense. There is no tense for non-finite verbs. Normally for finite verbs we have simple present, present continuous, etc., etc. But for non-finite verbs, there is no tense at all. It will not change. Finite means change, non-finite means it will not change. So whether it is present tense or past tense or future tense, it will not change. Whatever be the subject, whether it is first person, second person or third person, it will not change. That is why it is called as non-finite verbs. So in other words, it is a verb form which does not function as a verb. There are three verbals, three non-finite verbs. One is gerunds, another one infinitives, and next one participles. In participles, present participles also there, past participles also there. Let us see one by one. All these are formed from verbs. All these in the sense these three: gerunds, infinitives, and participles. All these three are formed from verbs, but are never used alone as action words in sentences. Instead, verbals function as nouns, adjectives, and adverbs, not as verb. The gerund ends in ing. It is very easy to identify a gerund because it is ending in ing, just a verb plus ing, and is actually a verb form, but it functions as a noun too. Look at the example. Jumping is fun. So jump plus ing, jumping. But here jumping is not used as verb here. It is the name of that action. Noun. It is used as noun. It is used as subject to a verb. My son enjoys skiing. Object to a verb. Here skiing is used as a object. An object to a verb. Mrs. Kala has a unique way of teaching. So just like preposition also we can use prepositional phrase. It is no use crying. In opposition to a pronoun it is used. Just like gerunds, infinitives, how it is used. Let us see. The infinitive is the base form of a verb with to. So it is also called as to infinitive. To plus verb. In gerund, verb plus ing, infinitive, to plus verb. Usually it functions as a noun, although it can also function as an adjective or an adverb. So it can be used as noun, or in the place of gerund you can use infinitive also. It can be used as adjective or adverb, but never be as a verb. To jump is fun. Instead of jumping we can use to jump. So it is also a noun form. So it is also a name of an action. To jump is fun. Name of an action. It is not action, name of an action. So subject of the verb is. My son likes to ski. So it is a direct object of the verb like. I have a suggestion to offer. So you just think about this. If it is used in past tense, if this sentence is written in past tense, it may be written like I had a suggestion to offer. So this infinitive will not change, whatever be the tense. Adjective modifying suggestion. The manager called her to give a last warning. Adverb modifying the verb called. Now the third form is a participle. A participle is a verb that ends in ing. For present participle, ing. Remember, the gerund also ending in ing, present participle also ending in ing. So only in the usage it is different. Or ed ending in d, t, en, n for past participle. For present participle only ing. For past participle it may be ending in ed or d or t, en or n. Participles may function as adjectives describing or modifying nouns. Look at the examples. The dancing parrots. Here, the dancing parrots. So it is used as an adjective here. Adjective for parrots. What parrots? Dancing parrots. So dancing is, it is formed from a verb dance, but it is used here as adjective. The dancing parrots entertained the crowd. The wrecked sailboat washed up on shore. So here it is ending in ed, but it is the past participle of, it is used as adjective for sailboat. So now I hope you understood the three non-finite verbs: gerund, to infinitive or infinitives, participles, present participle and past participle. These are non-finite verbs. Now it is time to do the assignment. First one I will do it for you. Underline the gerunds in the following sentences. Boys love playing cricket. What is gerund here? So ing form is here, given here, and it is not the finite verb in this sentence. Love is the finite verb here, and playing is the gerund form. So playing is gerund. You have to underline playing. Likewise, you do the next few exercises. Second task is use the gerundial form of the verb in the brackets and fill in the blanks. Dash is good for health. Exercising is good for health. Exercising can be used as a noun. So remember, it is already ending in e. Exercise, that word is already ending in e. So you have to drop e and add ing. Exercising, S-I-N-G, is good for health. So likewise, you find out the other gerund forms. You fill the blanks. Then task 3, fill in the blanks with the correct infinitives. What is infinitive? To plus verb. Actually, bare infinitive also there. Without to also it can be used, but here only two infinitives is given. Deva forgot dash the letter. You can write some verb here to write the letter, to post the letter. Like that you can use it. So the verb is optional for you, but you have to use to infinitive. So next you have to do it for participle also. After doing the two infinitives, you can do it for participles. Combine each of the following pairs of sentences using participles. The first one is done for you. I didn't know what to do. I phoned the police. I didn't know what to do. It is a clause. I phoned the police. So while changing a complex sentence or compound sentence into simple also, you can use these participles. Not knowing what to do, I phoned the police. So not knowing, didn't know. Know is the finite verb. Instead of that, we are using the non-finite present participle knowing. As it is negative word, we are writing not knowing. We omit the subject because in both clauses subject is same. I is the subject for the main clause and the subordinate clause. So we can begin with the non-finite itself. Not knowing what to do, I phoned the police. So remember, both the meanings are same, but the first one is in first one two sentences are given. Here we combine that into one single sentence. The baby cried. She was feeling sleepy. So how will I change? Here the finite verb is cried. So we can use the word crying. Or here feeling sleepy, the baby cried. The second sentence is she was feeling sleepy. Was feeling, so it is past continuous tense. It may be in finite form. we have to drop that helping verb. Then write feeling sleepy, the baby cried. Likewise, you combine the other sentences also by using participle. You can use past participle also. Now, after finishing this, you take a snap of it and send it to me. Now, another exercise also there. It is not related to non-finite, but this also you can do it because you already learned articles and determiners. What is articles? The and the. So here 0 is given for no article. If article is not needed, you can put 0 in that place. No article. A and the, definite article and indefinite article. The is indefinite article, a and definite article. So you read this passage and use a and the. If article is not necessary, you can put 0 in it. You can do it in the textbook itself. And along with that, you should know what is the determiners. Determiners like some, all, much, many, these sort of words also you can use for determiners. Which is suitable, you can give it here. Even article also suitable in the sense you can use it to fill the blanks. So you can do this 10 exercise, 10 fill in the blanks. Everything do it in the textbook and send a snap of it today itself.